Right, and hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to talk to you about the Akios Airloop R10 reel. We're going to have a look at it as it comes out of the box. This is brand new and fresh. I'm going to talk to you about what I think of it, and we'll go from there. So here it is. The box comes in a really nice box. Opening up the box. Inside the box you get the reel, which is here, which we'll go through in a second. You then get a cloth bag. To be honest with you, I don't really use the cloth bag, but it's a nice touch. I don't think I've ever used a cloth bag in the 3 or 4 years that I've had these types of reels. And they also come with the white ones as well that were previously to the black. I don't think I've ever used a cloth bag, but it's in there if you want to use it. So you get a spare spool as well. So that is what you get pretty much inside the box, as well as the cloth bag. The handle's pretty easy to assemble. You just push it in, and then there's a knob on the side to tighten it up. You can switch this over from left to right, so you're not stuck by using it just on one side. You can put it onto the right hand side as well if you wish to. So you've got a standard reel then, so you've got forwards and backwards. You click on the button at the bottom and it will lock it, so you get the forwards with a brake. On the top you've got the drag system on the top, which is nice, and there we go. Bay alarm clicks over nicely like so, bang back straight over, and away you go. So I've used these reels now. I used the white ones when they first come out. I used them for a hell of a long time, probably about 2 years, 3 years, and then they brought out the black ones and I hopped over and bought the black ones. Differences from the white one to the black one: I really like the black finish. To be fair, it looks absolutely fantastic. You can put this on any rod and it will look absolutely awesome. Has some nice fish on it, so I caught my conger, 15-pound conger on it. I've had smooth hours to 15-pound rays as well, so there's no problem with slightly larger fish. All the smaller fish as well, so the dabs and everything like that handles that absolutely fantastic, as you would expect. It comes with a shallow spool and a deep spool, so you get one of each. Previously, before, I used to use braid straight through. Didn't have a problem with that, so you'd back the spool with some mono and then bang on the braid and it'll hold a full spool of fire line, no problem at all. Then the thicker size one, you'd whack the mono one and it'll fit whatever mono it fits on. On the reel it says it will fit 330 yards of 12-pound, 280 yards of 15-pound, and 230 yards of 18-pound mono. So there we go. On the other spool, which I'm presuming is for braid, you got 0.32 millimeters at 430 meters, 0.35 millimeters at 330 meters, and then 0.40 millimeters at 270 millimeters. I'm not going to go into all the ins and outs of the technical specification of the reel. I'll put that in the description of the video. I just wanted to talk to you about my own personal experiences with these, and let you know what I think. So, like I say, these are the reels that I use. I've used other reels, but nothing compares to these reels. These reels are absolutely fantastic. They're probably the best reels I've used so far. You guys have seen on the videos, every session I go on, they come up with me beach fishing, and I have no problems with them whatsoever. The only problem I did have was when I was using the white ones. They did tend to flake a lot of the paintwork around here. Haven't had that too much on the black ones. Have had a little slight bit of peeling around here, but nothing, nothing crazy. It's got 8 +1 ball bearings if you want to know, and yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic reel. I did notice that the runners on the reel, if you're using braid straight through, which I have done for quite some time, the runners do tend to wear out after some time. But I have had some of the runners replaced, especially on the white reels I have for ages. I had them replaced once and they were about 10 quid to replace, so I mean it's not massive amounts of money if you need to replace the runners. As for now, I've used, this is the reel I'm currently using on my rod at the moment. As you can see, not real amounts of any kind of damage to the reel. The paintwork's all in check. The handle's really nice and comfortable as well. At the moment, I'm using the Nova Silk line, which I find absolutely fantastic. And I've used braid for a long time, but I think I'm converted over to the mono with using this Nova Silk line, and then just the tape protect leader on there. So yeah, overall, the reels perform absolutely fantastic. I probably wouldn't use any other reels, to be fair, unless Akios brought out another version of this reel, then I might switch over to that. Right, and so I'm probably thinking that you're going to want to know how much these cost. So fresh off the bat, around about 140 quid. Do shop around for them, because you can get them cheaper than that. I have seen them for 120, some places even 115, but do have a look round. Always support your local tackle shop. Go in there, and if you find a cheaper price online, your local tackle shop will probably match it, because they'll probably want the business from you. So do definitely get into your local tackle shop, and they'll probably stock these anyway. A lot of places do stock Akios. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. I'd recommend grabbing one to anyone if you're looking at upgrading your reel that you first started fishing with. Definitely worth taking a punt on these and giving these a good go. You can purchase these spare spools separately. Again, speak to your local tackle dealer. You probably get the spare spools for around about 10 to 15 quid a spool. Not gospel though, so it depends what your tackle dealer wants to charge you for that. But it is quite handy having a couple of spare spools. It's nice to have one spool of mono, maybe a spare spool of mono, maybe a spool of heavier mono if you want to fish around the rocks or something like that. Depends where you fish. But yeah, I haven't had any problems so far. Like I said, the only problem I had with them was the roller bearing, which was replaced pretty quick, to be fair. I mean, I sent them off, and then they come back within a week, and then it was about 10 quid, 15 quid for the post, something like that. Yeah, so there we go. Happy days. That is the Akios Airloop R10 Black Edition. Let me know in the comments if you got one, what you think of it, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Cheers.